meeting for Monday, June 6, 2022. We have in attendance with us tonight the following city officials.
Safety Service Director Mark Sylvester.
Present.
Chief Deputy Auditor Stephanie Myers.
Present.
Chief Counsel Bill Bartos.
Present.
And Economic Development Director David May.
Present.
Thank you. And welcome. Under number 5 on the agenda is where the public can speak on any topic that appears on tonight's agenda. And then under number 17 is where the public can speak on any topic that did not appear on tonight's agenda. I'd like to ask council and anyone in the room tonight to please mute your phone, turn it off, or set it to vibrate to help cut back on the background noise. Thank you. Roll call.
Kramer.
Present.
Gregg.
Here.
Harwood Smith.
Here.
Hurricane.
Here.
Lewis.
Present.
Lombardi.
Here.
Slits.
Here.
Sneed.
Here.
And Thayer. Roll call of 8 present.
Thank you. Councilman Lewis.
Make a motion that we excuse Councilman Thayer.
Second by Councilman Hurricane. Roll call.
Gregg.
Yes.
Harwood Smith.
Yes.
Hurricane.
Yes.
Lewis.
Yes.
Lombardi.
Yes.
Slits.
Yes.
Sneed.
Yes.
And Kramer.
Yes.
8 yes to excuse Councilman Thayer.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Councilman Thayer has been excused. Councilwoman Kramer.
Thank you, Madam President. Please stand and join me in the Lord's Prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance. Our Father, who art in heaven,
Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Councilman Kramer. Madam Clerk, are the minutes of the previous meeting transcribed and open for public viewing?
Yes, they are.
Are there any additions or corrections to be made?
No, there are not.
Then the minutes stand approved as written. Group number 5 on the agenda is where anyone from the audience can come forward and speak on any topic that does appear on tonight's agenda. If you wish to do so, please state your name, address, topic you wish to discuss, and please limit your comments to 4 minutes or less, and when you're finished, sign the paper on the desk.
I'm Yvonne Daniels. I live at 222 21st Street, Southeast Massillon. I'm here because I had rented a park for the holiday, Memorial Day. On the 24th, I rented, they gave me Sippo, South Sippo. And they told me, you know, you can't get in there until that day. But I go down there that morning, 10 o'clock. The bridges are closed. You can't even get over to the pavilion. They're blocked. Tell you stay off the bridge. So I made my way to the rec center. So there's nothing there that say, you know, that you can't use the pavilion, but there's no way to get to it. I had people in wheelchairs. So I asked her if she could find something else for me. So she gave me Shriver Park. At the Shriver Park, it's all messed up, trash cans full. I had to clean it up, you know, before I could do anything. Then, so I did that, went back home, came back, and the people had started coming. The bathrooms are closed. I had signs only closed until further notice.
Yvonne, I'm going to stop you for 1 minute, okay? this part of the agenda is for something that's on the agenda tonight, and this is not, but since you started, I'm gonna let you continue.
Okay. But the lady at the rec center, she says, oh, you know, there's nothing about the parks. They were available, that's all. She's gonna tell her supervisor about it, and she'll call you or whoever, I think she said she. But I never heard anything from anybody. I called back to that rec center before they closed that day and to see, you know, I told her what was going on, if somebody could come and help clean it, you know. But, you know, that didn't happen because there wasn't anybody. But I'm just saying, I think they owe me a refund.
We will get someone from the Parks and Rec Department to give you a call.
Okay.
If you could leave, put your name and address and phone number, and we will have someone call you back.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Yvonne. Anyone else?
You don't have anything on the zones tonight, do you?
On the zone.
On zoning?
Yeah.
Zoning of what, Yvonne?
Well, I had called the zoning committee back probably about a year ago when the COVID was really bad. He said he'd look into it. I asked him if he could, what it is, the people that live directly behind me, they have all their spouting coming in my yard.
What's the address?
I think, I'm not sure, but I think it's 228 22nd Street. I'm not sure, but if that guy, what he told me, he had to give them time to do stuff. If he really looked into it, he should have the address.
Okay, I don't believe that is on the agenda tonight.
Okay, I don't want to come back, but I'm gonna call somebody down here. All right, that's it.
That's it. Anyone else? Seeing none, we'll move into new miscellaneous business. I had spoken about getting the PA system in here fixed. Mr. Hewitt was going to come in and give us a presentation on his two proposals, but he called me and said, I don't know what I was thinking, I'm going to be in Florida. So when he gets back, he will come in. Do you prefer a council meeting or a committee meeting? Anyone have a preference? And whatever works for him, I'll have him come back in. And also, Gail Danzy has agreed to be a temp for Diane if she is not available. She doesn't want the job full-time, but she has done this work before, and she would be willing to come in and temp. Any questions on that? Okay. Introduction of ordinances and resolutions.
You forgot to the one about the.
Oh, I'm sorry, Juneteenth, the holiday. Diane had called me on this. That is the 20th. And since we had not seen this coming, we have a council meeting on the 20th. Do we want to change it to Tuesday? Or Diane said she'd be fine with leaving it on Monday this year and addressing it next year when it comes around. So does anyone have a feeling on this? Mr. Hurricane.
Thank you, Madam President. If this is going to be a recognized city holiday, and we're going to observe it on Monday the 20th, I would say we should have a meeting on Tuesday the 21st.
And we have time to do all that, right, Diane?
Yeah, post it on the website.
Okay, then change your calendars to the 21st for our next next council meeting. Councilman Lewis?
I have new miscellaneous business.
Okay,
I have a request here to go into executive session.
okay.
So accordance with Division G4, Section 1.1.2 of the Ohio Revised Code. I move that we enter into executive session to include all members of council, the president of council, safety service director, chief counsel, and the economic development director. Does the representative from the auditor need to go in? For the purpose of reviewing negotiations and bargaining sessions with public employees of the city of Massillon concerning their compensation and other terms and conditions of their employment.
Do I have a second? Second by Councilwoman Harvard Smith. Roll call.
Harvard Smith. Yes. Hearn King.
Yes.
Lewis.
Yes.
Lombardi.
Yes.
Slits.
Yes.
Sneed.
Yes.
Kramer.
Yes.
And Gray.
Yes.
8 yes to enter into executive session.
We will be in a regular session and enter into executive session.
You ever heard of the tail of the dragon? It's down there in the smoke now. It's 11 miles, about 330 curves. I just finished it last week. Very cool. Blue Ridge Parkway, another fun one if you're ever coming that way.
Councilman Lewis.
I'd like to make a motion to return to regular session.
Second by Councilman Gray. Roll call.
Hearn King.
Yes.
Lewis.
Yes.
Lombardi.
Yes.
Slits.
Yes.
Sneed.
Yes.
Kramer.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
And Harvard Smith.
Yes.
8 yes to exit executive session and go back into our regular session.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We are now back in a regular session. Before we go on any further, I'd like to introduce, for those of you that don't know her, Gail Danzy, who is going to sub for Diane. Can you stand up, Gail? She's not a newbie here. All right. Introduction of ordinances and resolutions. Ordinance number 80, 2022.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Massillon, Ohio, to enter into an agreement with Edwin Cleveland to provide an economic development inducement grant to fund startup costs, including build-out, equipment, etc., for Straight Path Program Community Development Center located at 325 3rd Street Southeast, Massillon, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Hurricane.
Thank you, Madam President. Last week at the work session, we had Mr. Cleveland in attendance to talk about the Straight Path Program, Community Development Center. Mr. Maley spoke about this and the others as well. Are there any questions or comments from council? I would make a motion here at some point to do this tonight, but I do want to see if there's any other questions or comments on this. Seeing none, I make a motion to suspend the rule requiring 3 readings and bringing ordinance number 80-2022 forward for a vote.
Seconded by Councilman Harvard Smith. Roll call for suspension.
Lewis.
Yes.
Lombardi.
Yes.
Slits.
Yes.
Sneed.
Yes.
Kramer.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Harvard Smith.
Yes.
And Hearn King.
Yes.
8 yes for suspension.
And for passage.
Lombardi.
Yes.
Sleuths,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Howard Smith,
Yes.
Hernkane,
Yes.
and Lewis.
Yes.
8 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 80, 2022 is passed. Ordinance number 81, 2022.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Massillon, Ohio, to enter into an agreement with Jason Crawford to provide an economic development inducement grant to fund startup costs, including build-out, equipment, etc., for Liberty Screen Printing and Embroidery located at 2922 Lincoln Lane Northwest, Massillon, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Hurricane.
Thank you, Madam President. Last week at the work session, Mr. Jason Crawford was in attendance and told us a little bit about Liberty Screen Printing and Embroidery. Mr. Maley spoke about this as well, some of the intended uses. Are there any questions or comments from anyone on council regarding this matter? I make a motion to suspend the rule requiring 3 readings and bring ordinance number 81-2022 forward for a vote.
Second by Councilman Howard Smith. Roll call for suspension.
Sleuths,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Howard Smith,
Yes.
Hernkane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
and Lombardi.
Yes.
8 yes for suspension.
And for passage.
Sneed,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Howard Smith,
Yes.
Hernkane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
and Sleuths.
Yes.
8 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 81, 2022 is passed. Ordinance number 82, 2022.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Massillon, Ohio, to enter into an agreement with Kathy Boyd to provide an economic development inducement grant to fund startup costs, including build-out, equipment, etc., for Kathy Boyd's hair studio located at 212 Federal Avenue Northwest, Massillon, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Hurricane.
Thank you, Madam President. Last week, the work session, Ms. Boyd who was in attendance to talk about her hair studio on Federal Avenue. Mr. Maley spoke about the intended uses of this grant as well. Are there any questions or comments from anyone on council?
Councilman Lewis.
Yes, was it brought up that she just received one not too long ago?
It was.
And so how much is this one for?
This one's for $5,000, and I believe last year she received one for $3,000.
And what is the purpose of this one, and what's the economic growth that will bring?
You want to ask Mr. Maley up?
Mr. Manny, if you could come forward. Thank you, Mr. Manny.
Mr. Lewis, this is for an expansion that Ms. Boyd is going. We do allow for expansion, obviously grants. She's looking to hire 10 full-time people with the expansion. Basically looking at, she's going, I think, bringing in 6 to 7 for booth rentals for stylists, 4 for tanning beds, etc. Revenues anticipated about $375,000. Payroll about over $300,000. But she's just, I know that she's down at Town Plaza. 2 of the spots, to either north or south, I'm not sure, next to her became vacant. She's actually taking those spots over to expand her business.
Any other questions while Mr. Manny's up here? Thank you, Mr. Manny. Councilman Hurricane.
Thank you, Madam President. I make a motion to suspend the rule requiring 3 readings and bringing ordinance number 82-2022 forward for a vote.
Second by Councilman Howard Smith. Roll call for suspension.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Howard Smith,
Yes.
Hernkane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sleuths,
Yes.
and Sneed.
Yes.
8 yes for suspension.
And for passage.
Gregg,
Yes.
Howard Smith,
Yes.
Kern King,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Slutes,
Yes.
Snead,
Yes.
and Creamer.
Yes.
8 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 82, 2022 is passed. Ordinance number 83, 2022.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Massillon, Ohio to enter into an agreement with Tom Green to provide an economic development inducement grant to fund startup costs including build-out, equipment, etc. for Discount Tire Outlet located at 2034 Southwest Street Southwest, Massillon, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Hurricane.
Thank you, Madam President. We're going to give this first reading tonight so the applicant can be in attendance at the next work session.
Thank you. Ordinance number 83, 2022 has received first reading. Ordinance number 84, 2022.
An ordinance authorizing the Director of Public Service and Safety of the City of Massillon, Ohio, to accept a donation from a private Massillon citizen on behalf of the Massillon Police Department and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lombardi.
Thank you, Madam President. This is a $100 donation made from a private citizen to the police department. Are there any questions from anybody?
Councilwoman Smith.
Is there a minimum amount that it has to go through council for a donation once to one of our departments? Or does any donation of any amount come through us?
I'm not certain.
I believe it's any amount.
Any no? Thank you. Councilman Lombardi.
If there's no other questions, then I make a motion that we suspend the rules requiring 3 readings and bring 84-2022 forward for a vote.
Second by Councilman Slutes. Roll call for suspension.
Howard Smith,
Yes.
Kern King,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Slutes,
Yes.
Snead,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
and Gregg.
Yes.
8 yes for suspension.
And for passage.
Kern King,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Slutes,
Yes.
Snead,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
and Howard Smith.
Yes.
8 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 84, 2022 is passed. Ordinance number 85, 2022.
An ordinance making certain appropriations from the unappropriated balance of the 1237 Economic Development Fund for the year ending December 31st, 2022, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lewis.
Yes, this is the $30,000 to fund inducement grants. Are there any questions or discussion this evening? Seeing none, I make a motion to suspend the rules requiring 3 readings, bring ordinance number 85-2022 forward for a vote.
Second by Councilman Gregg. Roll call for suspension.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Slutes,
Yes.
Snead,
Yes.
Creamer,
No. We did not pass one of the inducement rates.
but they're all grouped together, so it would be
They have
impacted,
to.
the funds would be there.
Okay, then I changed mine, yes.
Gregg,
Excuse me. Councilman Lewis.
I just see discussion in the back. I want to make sure that there's not an issue.
It does not matter if you approve the funds, they won't get expended if you don't approve the grant.
That's what I figured. Yeah. Thank you. All right.
No problem. Go ahead, Dana, I'm sorry.
okay, who else?
Kramer.
Creamer, okay, Gregg,
Yes.
Howard Smith,
Yes.
and Kern King.
Yes.
Did I start with Lewis?
So that was suspended. Yes, you did.
Yes, okay. And this is for passage.
Oh, I think that was for suspension.
Yes, 8 yes for suspension.
And for passage.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Slutes,
Yes.
Snead,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Howard Smith,
Yes.
Kern King,
Yes.
and Lewis.
Yes.
8 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 85, 2022 has passed. Ordinance number 86, 2022.
An ordinance making certain appropriations from the unappropriated balance of 1100 general fund to the sponsorship program for the year ending December 31st, 2022, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lewis.
Yes, it's $3,000 for the banner program of our veterans and those who are serving. Are there any questions or discussion this evening? Seeing none, I make a motion to suspend the rules requiring 3 readings, reading ordinance number 86-2022 forward for a vote.
Second by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call for suspension.
Sluse,
Yes.
Snead,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Harvard Smith,
Yes.
Kern King,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
and Lombardi.
Yes.
8 yes for suspension.
And for passage.
Snead,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Harvard Smith,
Yes.
Kern King,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
and Sluse.
Yes.
8 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 86, 2022 has passed. Ordinance number 87, 2022.
An ordinance establishing a fund entitled 1224 One Ohio Fund and creating line items within said fund and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lewis.
Yes, it's simply establishing the fund which proceeds to be entered into regarding the litigation for one Ohio. Does that make sense? Do we have any questions? I make a motion to suspend the rules requiring 3 readings, reading ordinance number 87-2022 forward for a vote.
Second by Councilman Gregg. Roll call for suspension.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Howard Smith,
Yes.
Kern King,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sluse,
Yes.
and Snead.
Yes.
8 yes for suspension.
And for passage.
Gregg,
Yes.
Howard Smith,
Yes.
Kern King,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sluse,
Yes.
Snead,
Yes.
and Creamer.
Yes.
8 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 87, 2022 has passed. Resolution number 8, 2022.
A resolution directing the Stark County Board of Elections to proceed with conducting an election at the general election to be held on November the 8th, 2022, for the purpose of submitting to electors of the city of Massillon, Ohio, the question of the approval or disapproval of the issue providing for the replacement of a tax for the benefit of the city of Massillon, Ohio, for the purpose of the maintenance and operation of a free public museum of art, science, or history at a rate not exceeding 1.5 mils for each dollar of valuation, which amounts to 15 cents for each $100 of valuation, for a period of 5 years commencing in 2023, first due in calendar year 2024, and declaring the same to be an emergency.
Councilman Lewis.
As it says, this is to put the museum levy on the ballot. Are there any questions or discussion this evening? Seeing none, I make a motion to suspend the rules requiring 3 readings, bring resolution number 8-2022 forward for a vote.
Second by Councilman Gregg. Roll call for suspension.
Harvard Smith,
Yes.
Kern King,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sluse,
Yes.
Snead,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
and Gregg.
Yes.
8 yes for suspension.
And for passage.
Kern King,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sluse,
Yes.
Snead,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
and Harvard Smith.
Yes.
8 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Resolution number 8, 2022 has passed. Is there any unfinished business?
No, there is not.
Are there any petitions and general communications?
No, there are not.
Are there any bills, accounts, and claims?
Yes, we have a bill in the amount of $951.36 for the publication of our March ordinances, payable to Copley, Ohio newspapers. We also have a bill in the amount of $87.08 for the publication of the public hearing, also payable to Copley, Ohio newspapers. We have a payment amount of $127 payable to U.S. Bank Equipment Finance for the June payment of our copier. And we have a bill in the amount of $92.75 for office supplies payable to Office Depot. And a bill for $62.85 payable to Graphic Enterprises for our overage charge on our copier. For a total amount of $1,321.04.
Councilman Lewis.
Make a motion to pay the bills?
Second by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Slutes,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Harvard Smith,
Yes.
and Herman King.
Yes.
8 yes to pay the bills.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. The clerk will pay the bills and charge them to their proper accounts. Are there any reports from city officials?
I have none.
Okay. Reports of committees. Our next work session will be Monday, June 13th, 2022 at 6:30. Any resolutions or requests of council members? On the calendar. Ordinance number 55, 2022.
Ordinance number 55, 2022 was tabled May 16th until June 6, 2022. An ordinance authorizing the mayor and/or the director of public service and safety of the city of Massillon, Ohio, to enter into a capital improvement community park recreation/conservation project pass-through grant agreement with the Ohio Department of Natural Resources and declaring an emergency.
Councilwoman Creamer.
Thank you, Madam President. I spoke with Mr. Dave Maley briefly prior to the meeting this evening regarding ordinance 55, and he asked me to make a motion to table this ordinance indefinitely. Are there any questions from anyone? Seeing none, I make a motion to table this ordinance 55-2022 indefinitely.
Second by Councilman Sneed. Roll call.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Slits,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Harvard Smith,
Yes.
Herman King,
Yes.
and Lewis.
Yes.
Ordinance number 55-2022 has been tabled indefinitely.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 55, 2022 has been tabled indefinitely. Ordinance number 73, 2022.
Ordinance number 73-2022 was tabled May 16, 2022 until June 6, 2022, and it is an ordinance granting the mayor of the city of Massillon, Ohio, a one-time salary increase to $90,000 per year effective January 1st, 2024, and granting the auditor of the city of Massillon, Ohio, a one-time salary increase to $77,000 per year effective January 1st, 2024.
Councilman Lewis.
Yes, more discussion is needed on this, so I will make a motion that we table this ordinance until June 21st, 2022. That's ordinance number 73-2022.
Second by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call.
Slutes,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Harvard Smith,
Yes.
Herman King,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
and Lombardi.
Yes.
Ordinance number 73-2022 has been tabled until June 21st, 2022.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 73, 2022 has been tabled until our next meeting at 6:21. Second reading ordinances and resolutions. Ordinance number 79, 2022.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor and/or the director of public service and safety of the city of Massillon, Ohio, to enter into a commercial real estate purchase agreement with Campbell Oil Company for the purchase of parcel numbers 614431 and 601521, further known as 611 Erie Street South, Massillon, Ohio, 44646, further authorizing the mayor and the director of public service and safety of the City of Massillon, Ohio, to enter into an escrow agreement with Alpha Land Title Agency Incorporated, and to take all other actions necessary to facilitate said purchase, also authorizing the relocation of the Massillon Health Department and declaring the same to be an emergency.
Councilman Lewis.
Yes, I open this up to any discussion that members of council may have this evening. Otherwise, I would intend to move it forward for
Councilman Gray.
I'd like to know what developments have occurred since last week, if any. Mr. Mealy can enlighten us.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Gregg, yeah, I think they're still in the process of working out a new agreement because the agreement from last week expired. So I think I anticipate at this point to bring forward at the next work session or after an agreement that we can vote on.
Anyone else?
second read.
Thank you. We're number 17 on the agenda, where anyone from the audience can come forward and speak on any topic that did not occur on tonight's agenda. If you wish to do so, please state your name, address, and topic you wish to discuss, and please limit your comments to 4 minutes or less. Seeing none, Councilman Kramer,
I make a motion to adjourn.
seconded by Councilman Snead. Roll call.
Snead,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Robert Smith,
Yes.
Kern King,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
and Sluse.
Yes.
9 yes to adjourn. Sorry, 8 yes to adjourn.
Meeting adjourned.